The media and Twitter went crazy. I love this one. Trump showcasing executives from all these private companies instead of talking about government efforts is a reflection of what the nation is doing to respond to the coronavirus. But nothing lit the media up and lit social media up like Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell got up. He's the guy from MyPillow, and he's retooling his factories to be able to make masks for the hospitals. That's why he was there. When he got up to the microphone, he said, "Thanks, Mr. President. And I'd like to just make a quick statement." He said, "God gave us grace on November 8th, 2016 to change the course we were on. God's been taken out of our school and out of our laws, out of our lives. A nation has turned its back on God. I encourage you to use this time at home to get back to the Word, to read our Bibles, bring your families back to God." I thought it was incredibly brave and not unusual. Unfortunately, yes, it is in the world of the media. This is from Ali Velshi from MSNBC. "Trump just called the MyPillow guy up to the podium in the Rose Garden. You can't make this stuff up." James O'Grady, "Are you effing kidding me? He had the MyPillow guy on to sell his garbage product during a pandemic briefing. He wasn't selling anything." No one fights a pandemic better than or more scientifically than the insane MyPillow guy talking about the Bible. It went on and on and on. Mike Lindell is here to respond and tell us how he's feeling today. Mike, I thought you were incredibly brave to say what you said because you knew you were going to take a beating for it. I thought it was eloquent, and I thought it was exactly the right thing to do. Congratulations for doing that, Mike.
Well, thanks. And I just wrote down some notes. I actually turned to the president because I didn't know if I said I'm going to say something a little off the cuff here, and I didn't, I didn't think it'd be attacked like that. I really did, and boy, I had over 750 some text messages. Of course, them were good, but I didn't even know I had that many people. I had my phone number. And then there was probably, people I haven't talked to in 10 years. So I was answering them till 3 a.m. But I went to the bad media sites and seen what was trying to be put out there. And Glenn, one thing I want to say is, I thank everyone out there, even from both sides, because so many people that were on the side, even the media that's saying these horrible things, there are people over there going, you know what, just like you just said, he wasn't selling anything, and what's wrong with being home with your families? And that's just his opinion. And
right.
A lot of it, this country, like I told the president, I said, Mr. President, we were in the Oval Office for about a half hour after that, him and I said, you know what? I said, these press briefings are so good because people are seeing who you really are, they're seeing your heart. And all this fake news and this crazy attacks out there by the left, I said, here's where it's going, though. And I read him a text I got from a friend of mine who's very much a president hater. And here's what it said. And I read it to him. It said, "Mike, I'm not a big Donald Trump fan, but he said, you know what? God bless him. He's doing an incredible job. He's doing a job of a champion here. And I think he's growing on me." And this is what's happening. I think people are going to quit being brainwashed by this horrible, crazy media, and they know who they are. And then the public is going to see this amazing job that our president's doing. But
Mike,
today I've been getting interview after interview today, and I'm taking all the bad ones. I think I'm going on The View tomorrow. I'm going Washington Post.
Oh my gosh.
This afternoon. I love it. I want to go right into the hurricane. Finally I get to speak out for Jesus like I want to.
That's great. That's great. So, Mike, tell me about your company is doing. He had you on the stage along with other CEOs because you're doing something with your company. Tell me what you're doing.
Well, about 2 weeks ago, I said, you know what, we got to make masks. I heard there was a need. I reached out to the vice president. He was head of this, this whole thing. And I reached out to his office, and they directed me to Peter Navarro, who texted me right back and then called me. And he says, we have this thing set up. It's a coalition. I called them. They were so helpful in finding out specs that I need of these cotton masks. And then I had to outsource, figure out where can get the elastic in our country. And in the meantime, I said, you guys, we're going. And we revamped one of my factories, 200,000 square feet, and we put in safety precautions for all my employees, where they're checked at the door and they, sanitizer. They can take breaks when they want. And we went all in. Within 3 days, we were up to 10,000 masks, training them. Now I'm running 3 shifts, and we want to get up to 50,000 by the end of the week. But one of the things that happened, Glenn, was
wait, 50,000
a
day or at the end of the week? A day.
No, a day.
Holy cow!
I want to. Yeah, we're very good at ramping up at My Pillow and used to big numbers, and I have such an amazing team. We had to move sewing machines apart. I did have a very expensive die cutter that cuts the fabric. So, and one of the specs was they wanted 160 thread counter better. Mine turns out it was 205 double, so it's 410. So we overshot the mark, and so there was a lot of things that were set up almost perfect for such a time as this for My Pillow to get involved. But one of the things that's happened is I became like a bicycle hub, and I've got a whole team of people. I have 20 people. It's like a task force. We're actually going to put a website up because we're getting, from all over the country, hey, how can I get involved as a business? How can I help? I have 5 other businesses I dealt with that switched over to sewing these masks. And they don't, I want to say just the few that were there at the White House, there are so many companies out there that are stepping up, and it's just amazing to see that.